Today we're going to be making Trippa alla Romana.
Roman tripe is one of the most traditional Roman dishes, and though I never personally made it at home, I know the recipe, but it is unbelievably simple to prepare. Benny, you make this often.
In Rome, we find pre-cooked tripe, which usually is already even cut in stripes. If you don't find it like this at the local butcher, you can always find sheets that then you cut however you want. If you do not find pre-cooked tripe where you are, you can always buy fresh tripe, and then you prepare water with celery, onion, carrots, and you just leave it to cook for at least 5 hours.
Right.
And then you can prepare it exactly as we are. So let's say you did this, the recipe starts now.
The recipe starts now. A cut. Oh, but that knife is ridiculous. Here, get it more serious.
Always criticizing everything I do.
Oh, look at this. I mean, how can you cut tripe with this? So you have to cut it into stripes, about like a finger thick, right?
Once it's pre-boiled, it's so simple. I mean, literally, it's very simple. Vale, why don't you talk about the tomato sauce?
Tomato sauce. No, really. The tomato sauce is a very, very important part of this recipe because you're not just opening a can of tomato and just throwing it in there. You have to take the time to make a tomato sauce with, you cook it with carrots, onions, celery. We have a recipe that we have already done because we didn't mention a very important thing, that we are using one of our favorite Italian cookbooks called Talismano della Felicità.
And whatever she says, we do.
Because, right, yeah. Because the author is a woman from the beginning of the 19th century. So we have published a video about how to make just tomato sauce from scratch, and this is the tomato sauce you will be using with the tripe recipe.
So let's say you have prepared the tomato sauce. Now, for camera's sake, we have it separated, but you have already prepared your tomato sauce. And now you're going to...
And it would also be good, Benny, if you turned on the stove.
That would be good.
That would be helpful. Vabbè.
Vabbè in Italian means...
Whatever.
Okay, whatever. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil because I love olive oil. Perfecto. So now we're gonna toss.
Okay. I haven't done anything. I mean, really, how can I take credit for this? Let me do something. Okay.
Cut them thin, not your usual. Okay. Notice how she touches it like.
Okay. No. Okay. Can I continue cutting?
Now please put it in here. Let me give orders this time.
But I don't see why, as you do that, I don't see why you shouldn't use these, poor things.
Well, fine, then cut it all out.
You know, what are you going to use them for?
So now we're going to forget about the tripe for about an hour. I mean, do check on it. I mean, don't just forget it. I mean, do check on it. But it gives about an hour to cook.
And you have to just like cover it, or just...
No, cover it. Cover it.
Because as you speak, I'm double checking on the recipe, just to make sure.
Just to make sure, because she trusts me. A lot. Okay, can you please get me a cover?
Yeah, let me wash my hands first.
So you should have already checked for salt and pepper in the tomato sauce. So just try it to see if it's perfect. Add a little bit more salt if you think you do. You can always add it towards the end. A little bit of pepper.
You didn't add salt and pepper.
No, because the sauce is already perfect as it is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just to fix it if you think you need a little bit more salt or pepper. But if not, other than that, it's just perfect. Now we're gonna cover it. Bravissima.
Grazie.
And we're gonna forget it. I think it's ready.
I think, yeah, it's been over an hour now. Oh, look at that. Not lower?
No, I would just turn it off.
Okay, turn it off. Now, the final part is to serve it with parmigiano and mint. Now, this is strictly, I mean, it literally it says in the recipe that it is mandatory to put parmigiano and chopped leaves of mint. This is Roman mint.
Chop it up, please. I know, it's so good. And since we respect what she says, we're gonna follow exactly her recipe. However, when I personally make it at home, I do not put parmigiano, I put pecorino romano and a whole bunch of chili peppers, but that's just me.
But always the mint.
Oh yeah, the mint, yes, because the mint sort of cuts the greasiness of the tripe. It's perfect, it balances out the flavors perfectly well. So I'll go get a serving dish.
Wow, the smell of this mint. Okay. Can I put it in or do you sprinkle it on the top on the serving dish?
No, let's do, look, I'll show you. Okay, now wait, this is hot. No, it's not. Put a little bit of pepper. This pepper always goes well with everything. Okay, now here, I'm gonna put it there.
Wow, it's beautiful. Good job.
Thank you. No, I make this often at home. Now, parmigiano.
Here it is. With it forks, because I think we should taste it.
She thinks we should taste it. The more, the better. I mean, I don't know how much she says we should put, but we just
No,
add.
there's no specific.
There's never specifics.
So try to make this at home because it is really, really, really easy to make. And you know, since I don't have a lot of time when I'm at home with my kids, what I do is like I prepare in advance like complicated things that could help me. Not complicated, but things that that I need in the preparation of another dish. So I usually like prepare the tomato sauce in advance so that I can have it ready. You can even freeze it, so you have it ready when you make
Now
tripa.
that's something that we, especially when it's summer season. Remember, subscribe to the Local Aromas channel and click on the little bell so it will notify you as soon as there are other super interesting recipes online.
And the recipe here you will find in the link below. Please ask questions and write comments because we personally answer to each question. Benny's already eating.